Okay, folks, Bob from Fusion here again. We're going to be rolling now on more of our 1911 feeding and the issues we come across and see and how to kind of address those issues. This one's going to be the feed ramp, okay? So you'll notice this pistol here, this feed ramp's fine, but with the thousands and thousands of guns that we work on for different services and different upgrades and things for folks, we'll come across ones that, somebody bought a used gun and somebody over jealously, dremeled the feed ramp and got it all screwed up. Or, you'll find some of the older guns from years past where people would weld these areas up and try to redo the angles and everything, and they're not right. So again, we have people that call in and say, oh my, I screwed my frame up. I got to buy a brand new frame. And yeah, if you want to buy a brand new frame, that's fine. We'll sell you one. But you can really take care of this by a poor feed ramp by putting in a ramp barrel. Most steel frames, whether they're carbon or stainless, the bullet geometry is not going to wear a feed ramp really. Some people you'll see and they'll say, oh, this used gun, it's a good gun, but the feed ramp's worn. Well, other than an aluminum frame, you shouldn't see any real noticeable wear on a feed ramp, other than somebody's gotten in there with a Dremel tool and did a little bit of over polishing in that. So the aluminum frame guns, in my opinion, I wouldn't even build one without a ramp barrel. Because I mean, now that we have the technology and ramp barrels are pretty easy to come by. You'll see aluminum feed ramps at times. Will it be all dug up from hollow points or some type of bullet that's nose geometry that's really it will wear the aluminum. Even if they hard coat it, you'll end up seeing it crack eventually or break through the hard coat, and then it just becomes a problem. You try to polish the hard coat, you're going to have issues because the hard coat is very, very thin. It's usually 7/10 or something like that. It's very, very very thin. So again, these areas here are critical for feeding the feed ramp, being a smooth transition up into the barrel. And if you end up with one that's kind of butchered up, the best way to care for that is, again, either replace the frame, or I suggest going with a ramped barrel and put a ramped feed cut into your pistol if you like your pistol. So what does that mean? Well, what does that mean is I have here one I just cut today on the mill, and you'll see that where the feed ramp used to be, it's all gone. So all this area here has been milled out, ledge down here has been put in, and this isn't blasted or anything yet. I just pulled this off the mill an hour ago, so you're just going to see the different shine down in here of what it does. And then what are you going to do? Well, you're going to use a ramped barrel such as this, and this is a Wilson Nolan cut. You also have the Clark cut. So there's two different cuts, and we also have some videos on those in our barrel videos to show you the difference. And then again, you'll notice that the feed ramp is integral to the barrel. So again, it's going to take care of that issue of your poor feed ramp. And again, you just link this up and fit it as a regular barrel, and that'll fit right in there nicely. Again, this is just a raw barrel, so again, there's going to be some fitting that has to be done here, but you get the idea of what I'm trying to explain here. That again, you don't have to scrap the whole frame unless it's totally butchered up. You can just go with a ramp barrel cut. Like this cut again is a Wilson Nolan style. You can tell it has a straight wall down in the front, and it looks like a square from the top. But the Clark will be more of like a 3/8 radius that goes down in here, and the back is like a radius, so you can distinctively tell that. And again, I also have more videos of these out there on the barrels and things, and we can actually put in a few close-ups so you can understand what's going on there. But I generally suggest, if you like the pistol, to just go with a ramp cut. And if you need to, a lot of people say, well, which one should I choose? Should I choose the the Wilson Nolan or the Para Clark. And again, that's more personal preference. I kind of like the Wilson Nolan a little bit better, but the Para Clark is very good also, and widely acceptable everywhere. And also, again, if you have aluminum frames, aluminum alloy frames, it's definitely suggested if you start having issues, because there's no way to really polish the feed ramp on an aluminum frame without removing, any of the finishing, the hard coat that's trying to protect the aluminum. And again, I'm not against aluminum frames. I love aluminum frames. They're tough. They're tough frames. But again, just design-wise, I would always build it with a ramped barrel. So, okay. So that's again one of our steps in our feeding of the 1911, and some of the things you might come up against. Again, thank you for watching, and we'll be back again with some more. Use your firearms.